But what has not been true until now is that there would be a figure, a person who could represent for the West the progressive face of Islam. That is, a Muslim deeply rooted in Holy Quran, deeply rooted in the teachings of Prophet, deeply rooted in classic Islamic thought, who could show the political, the ethical significance of the Prophet and his teachings for today's world. In my view, until Fethullah Gülen, there has not been a single figure who could represent that attractive face of the teachings of the Prophet for the entire West.
I cannot do justice to the critical importance of this thought, of Gülen's thought and theological outlook to the contemporary Muslim world, because it offers for Muslims an authentic, legitimately rooted methodology of dealing with modernity and the challenges that we exist in the modern world. And so it focuses on what you can say is the nectar of Islam, the core, the heart, the spirit of Islam itself.
That the Hizmet movement is doing the thing that matters is to serve humanity. And the Prophet had said that the best of you is those whose fruit of labor benefits other human beings. And the fruit of labor is labor, it's service, it's not talk. And I think the Hizmet movement personifies that, not just by the name itself, that it serves humanity, but by action. And I think their greatest virtue is that that service is not limited to any particular religious community. It's universal.
This is the attempt to celebrate all of humanity, and I think that's why Hizmet is different from other religious groups.
We see in Mr. Gülen a man teaching God's words, living a life that, as best we can see, is indeed directed by God, that is pointing a life and teachings that are pointed towards the eternal, that comes from the eternal, that is not focused so much on the temporal, on things that are passing, but on things that will last. And we understand his teachings to those who are his students, his disciples, to be of that same kind, that is, to teach his disciples, to teach his students, to be the sort of people that are God-directed, that are eternal-oriented, and not temporally oriented. And so not focused on passing politics, on passing economic schemes, on anything that is indeed passing away in this age. But what is the fruit that will last? What is it that will be given back to God, because indeed it comes from God. And so we return to him the gifts that he already has given to us.
Hizmet movement represents Islam in the sense that the members who identify with the Hizmet movement are really inspired and motivated for community service and for their professional lives from the values that they locate in Islam. And some are very universal values, like the concept that God is merciful. So they represent Islam in the sense that these kinds of things that are not specific only to Islam, but that they have in common with other faiths, are very important.
Alexis de Tocqueville, a 19th century French observer of American culture, had a phrase in describing America of habits of the heart. And perhaps one of the greatest contributions that the Hizmet movement can make in the world, or is making in the world, is teaching these habits of the heart associated with generosity of spirit, of giving, and they do this without any request for payback. It's an unrequited gift, one that is not expecting anything in return. An example of true love.